used raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then.
Hello everyone, Nukin here, and welcome back again to my channel. I'm back with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and today's a pretty good day because the Dark Side love train continues, and the First Order are getting some attention and some love. There's going to be 4 First Order units that are coming to the game pretty soon. Kylo Ren Unmasked, the TIE Silencer, First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot, that's a mouthful, and he or she has a ship as well. This video will just be focusing on the TIE Silencer and Kylo Ren Unmasked, and we're going to go over unveiling both of the kits here in this video, and we'll do a little bit of analysis on the abilities. And the more in-depth stuff and the First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot will be covered in my next video when I get some access to these characters a little bit early on the dev account, and I can mess around with them in Squad Arena and Fleet Arena. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. It means a lot. And let's get started. So here he is. This is Kylo Ren Unmasked, aka Crew for short, CRU. He has a new First Order tank that's coming to the game. He has a leadership ability, so this is new, and he has 2 abilities that have a Zeta on it. Let's go over those right now. So I'm going to read them to you. So his leadership is Merciless Pursuit, and it has a Zeta on it, and it reads, First Order allies have 40% critical damage, 30 flat speed. Ooh. When a First Order ally scores a critical hit, they gain 20% turn meter, and whenever a First Order ally gains a status effect that is a buff or a debuff, they recover 5% health or protection. I like that. Okay, so turn meter generation, that's going to be quite frequent. 20% is pretty good. And First Order characters, or the class in general, have a lot of advantage mechanics. It kind of relies on First Order characters giving out advantage, and we're going to look more into that if that is going to be something that's common. And there's a lot of health and protection recovery, and it's split between health and protection, which is interesting. Not sure if that's best or not, but there's going to be a lot of sustainability, which might mean that they're good in raids as well. Typically, that's not going to help too much in Arena. So let's look at his unique now. So his unique is called Scarred, and it reads, when Crew takes damage, he recovers 8% health, and a random First Order ally who doesn't have it gains advantage for 2 turns. Crew has 50% counter chance, doubled while he has taunt, and Crew takes reduced damage from percent health damage effects, and he gains taunt for 1 turn at the start of each encounter. So this is a good ability. So he has components which are similar to the original Kylo. The original Kylo had counterattack, but he gave himself retribution. This is kind of built into his kit here in the unique, so he doesn't need that buff. He's going to have basically 100% counter chance, as we're going to see soon enough here. And every time he counters attack, he's going to do a basic, which means he's going to basically have a chance to crit. And if he crits, he gains 20% turn meter because he's a First Order character from his leadership. Auto taunting is huge. There's only a few characters in the game that have auto taunt. Shore Trooper, Baze, recently Night Sister Zombie was added to the game. But yeah, I think he's the 4th auto taunter that's come to the game. And he has this ability to spread advantage to First Order allies, which is probably going to be very clutch because I don't think you're going to be running Phasma anymore, so you're going to need to give advantage out to some of your other First Order characters. Crew's basic attack is called Aggressive Strike, and let's read it. Deal physical damage to the target enemy and inflict tenacity down for 2 turns. If the target was already debuffed and it is Crew's turn, he gains taunt for 1 turn. So this is cool. He can activate taunt by just doing his basic attack most of the time because he's a dark side character, and dark side characters have a plethora of debuffs to land. So this is a new mechanic. I think landing or activating taunt on a basic. Tenacity down on basic usually implies that you're going to be doing quite well in raids because the raid bosses have higher tenacity. It also means that you can deal with teams that put tenacity up in Squad Arena, and Crew's tenacity down on basic will probably help to supplement the potency loss that you're not going to be getting anymore because you're not going to probably be running Phasma lead, you're going to probably be running Crew lead. Crew's first special is called Halt, and it reads, dispel all buffs on target enemy and stun them for 2 turns. Crew recovers 10% health and gains taunt for 1 turn. This attack cannot be evaded or resisted, and it has a cooldown of 3. So this is a pretty good ability. It has single target dispel. Dispel is a key component of a successful Squad Arena team. The stun can't be resisted, which is great, and I hope you guys don't overlook this, but it is a stun for 2 turns, which is huge. The only other character I think that could stun for 2 turns previously up until now was Emperor Palpatine, and he had to have a conditional 2-turn stun by landing. You have to land shock first and then do his AoE special. So this is pretty cool that he can stun for 2 turns. It's kind of like a poor man's Fracture from Thrawn, because he's kind of taking out a character for a while, and it might be even better than Thrawn's Fracture because he doesn't freeze in time. So you can activate your taunt as well. So you can activate taunt by doing a basic, you can activate taunt by doing the special, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, it's a very strong ability. The health gain isn't nothing to write home about, and the taunt is only for 1 turn, but that's okay because he can activate taunt quite often anyway. And Crew's second special is called Focused Rage, and let's read it here. It says, deal physical damage to the target enemy and recover health equal to the damage dealt. If the target is stunned, deal double damage. So this ability has a 3-turn cooldown, which is okay, and it says if the target is stunned, you're going to deal double damage. So anytime that there is a capability of an ability to do double or triple damage, that's something to keep an eye on. We don't know the exact damage of what this ability is going to do in the real world, but potentially it could do, 20k plus damage, which would be pretty amazing since Kylo Ren, I should say Kylo Ren Unmasked crew is a tank, and whenever a tank's doing that much damage, it's kind of crazy. Hashtag power creep. So also, I like how this ability has some similarities to the original Kylo Ren, because you're recovering health equal to the damage dealt. It's kind of like getting, half a Zeta for free, because you don't have to Zeta this ability to gain that effect. So pretty decent ability for Crew here. And this is the TIE Silencer, which is a new First Order ship piloted by Crew, and it's the first ship with a pilot that has 2 Zetas that is not a fleet commander or part of a multi-person crew. So let's go over the unique, and then we'll go over some of the other abilities. So the unique of this ship is called Frenzied Rage, and let's read it together. It says, each time TIE Silencer is damaged or damages a target locked enemy, it gains 10 flat speed and 10% stacking offense until the end of the encounter. So this ability is potentially insane, because gaining offense and speed and having unlimited potential has well, room for a lot of potential. And I believe this is the second ship that has a stacking sort of stat component, the first being the Millennium Falcon. And if the TIE Silencer can survive most, if not all, of the battle, then this ship is going to be, towards the end of the battle, blazing fast and doing tons of damage. Alright, so let's move on to the basic attack, and the basic is called Disruptive Advance, and it reads, deal physical damage to the target enemy and stun them for 1 turn if they have more than 50% turn meter. Otherwise, they gain advantage for 2 turns. So this is a conditional stun, so that's pretty good. On offense, you should be able to control the basic attack and continually stun enemies that have more than 50% turn meter. And I think this is a good basic because even on defense, there's going to be plenty of ships to target, and 50% turn meter is not crazy high, so more than often than not, I think this ship will be stunning on basic attack, which is good. And the first and only special for the TIE Silencer is Overwhelming Advantage. So let's read this one. Deal physical damage to the target enemy. If TIE Silencer has advantage, this attack deals 75% more damage. If this attack defeats an enemy, gain 20% turn meter and foresight for 2 turns. So this is cool. First order ships do gain advantage quite often. Even on its own basic attack, the TIE Silencer can give itself advantage, which is good. And being able to do 75% more damage while critting is going to do a lot of damage. So great ability there. And I like that it can give itself foresight and turn meter, which kind of speeds along the process of taking more turns and kind of trying to survive until the end of the battle to really reap the full benefits of the ship's unique. Alright, that wraps things up here. In this video, we went over Kylo Ren Unmasked, aka Crew, or CRU for short. I went over the kits with you guys and shared a little bit of analysis. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to see more content. Like my next video, which will stand on this foundation, I'll be highlighting squad and fleet arena gameplay and include more in-depth theory crafting. So until next time guys, cheers. The killers understand it.